Welcome back to another episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Moore, and we are back with another episode. Thank you to everybody that has been checking out my podcast so far. I have good news for you guys. I've been waiting on it forever. I know some people on Snapchat and Instagram been waiting on it too. I am officially on Apple Podcasts. So I've been working on getting on Apple for like 7 months now. So I'm excited about that. Without further ado, I told you guys that I'll bring a special guest on for episode 11. And I do not like being a liar. So we got a special guest here with you guys. Very special to me, my big brother. I'm going to let him introduce himself. So go ahead. D, gonna tell the people who you is, a little bit about yourself.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Dwayne Page. I'm Victoria's favorite big brother. And she gave me a chance to come on her podcast, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it. So this is regular conversation for me and you. So I'm just glad that I could be a part of this.
Thank you so much for coming, baby. I am overjoyed. We got to get JD on one of them. Maybe with a ski mask or something, because he ain't going to. Gonna get Cooper on the episode. All right, so we are.
My brother voice on here.
Yeah, that'll be dope, man. JD will turn it up. So how you feeling today? I'm loving your background. I feel like.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and tell your listeners, because I'm sure you wouldn't blow up the spot, but apparently I wasn't prepared for the podcast the way my sister wanted me to be. I didn't have any good lighting.
Oh, wow.
My shirt didn't look good enough, so
oh, wow.
I basically was threatened that I was going to get a whooping if I didn't do something different, so thanks to her for this.
Dang, man. That's really what happened. I remember that. It just looked like I just wanted you to, come like you was going out in front of some people. That's it. Just look presentable. That's it.
Yeah, I had my staff here get me right.
It's so damn stupid.
Shout out to Tiana, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tiana. All right, so where you want to get started at? What we talking about today? You gonna introduce what we talking about today?
Okay, so we have, I believe it's 3 topics.
Yeah, right? 3 topics.
One of the topics is, when is it ever okay for your parents to disrespect your other half?
Yeah.
Another one is, why do men not want to be judged as a provider, but that's how they lead?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah. You on fire. What?
Okay. And then the third one is how women should perceive a man showing affection.
Yeah, we could do that. We could perceive we could perceive it any type of way, but why does it come off as guys want affection but they don't necessarily like want to talk about it, want to show it? It's like we guys want to be spoiled too. Guys want this too, but then they got this real tough exterior. And like I say, this overthinking and understanding, so I can think about it all day long, see it, and I can judge my perspective, but we got a full grown man, so it's good to get y'all perspective on it. Not saying you speaking for every guy, but it's a better judgment than me, because I'm going to just think like they crazy. They don't know what they want. I don't know.
Yeah, I might be right there with you. But I guess we'll get into all of that, and then you'll see where I'm coming from. But we pretty much aligned in that one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. All right, so that's 2 weeks. I think the juicy one is when is it good or when is it acceptable for your parents to disrespect your significant other? Never? He said never.
I just don't think that's cool, man. Even if you got a situation where you're dealing with somebody who, like, let's say I had my other half. Let's say my other half was talking to me crazy, and of course, my family. They gonna want to look out for me, and of course, nobody wants to see me being mistreated or abused.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't open up the door for you to, as a parent, to disrespect them. But it's a weird space because, like I just said, you know what I'm saying? That's your family.
Yeah.
You want them to, and you don't want to see them mistreated or their feelings being hurt or anybody being disrespectful towards them. So some of that could be instinctive.
Yeah. True. Facts.
But in the long run, it creates a conflict on you and your relationship.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, it's real tricky on how you have to handle that situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, we grew up, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to us. You know, don't discuss what go on in these four walls.
Yeah, definitely.
Even in my relationship now, I'm real big on looking like a united front when we're out.
Same.
Let me not say looking, but looking.
Yeah, exactly. Being on that
united front. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't, when you're around somebody as much or that often, it's gonna be situations where y'all have disagreements.
Facts.
And when you like married or got years in the game,
man,
it don't even take much for it don't even take much for an argument.
I'm saying.
So, but even in those situations though, we might realize that we're not seeing eye to eye or we're not clicking right now, but that's a conversation that we either gonna have in the car, to the side, or when we get home.
Exactly.
There's none of that arguing in public stuff that I shut down. My whole mood is shut down.
Yeah.
If I think the levels of the tone are too high.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because my girl, she naturally talks loud at times.
Yeah.
But in those moments where we got conflict, I take that and multiply times 10.
Hey, look, right there. Right there. Look, check that out. Everybody be like, what you mean by overthinking understanding? Right there, you already got an understanding that your girl talk loud. But in that heat of the moment, you overthinking. Y'all already got that baseline understanding. So just slide that in there right there, because everybody be asking, like, what is overthinking understanding? They be trying to wrap their mind around it. I'm like, overthinking your own understanding, overthinking your own understanding of a situation or the way you already perceive something. And that's all I be saying right there. But go ahead. Not mean to cut you out. Had to capitalize on that.
Just to make sure I don't take it away too far from the point at hand.
Hey, we rolling. It ain't taken away. They know what we're talking about.
So I dated a chick, right? And I think we were around her mom, and I was joking, like, you know, she's junky. I told her mom that her daughter was junky. I wasn't lying. I wasn't calling her, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying she's disgusting. She don't clean work the damn, like.
Dirty ass.
I ain't saying nothing like that.
Yeah.
But all her mom heard was that I was calling her daughter nasty.
I mean, you know your daughter.
Yeah. But nah, I promise she wasn't nasty.
Yeah.
I promise she wasn't nasty. But it was just crazy that's where her mom took that. So her mom took that and she was like, so are you calling my daughter nasty? And I'm like, nah, I'm not calling daughter nasty. But even then, she had already built this in her head. So it went from her saying that I was calling her daughter nasty to her saying that it was verbal abuse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so I'm looking confused as fuck. Like, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, like, this what we doing? Like, so, the fuck?
But I'm feeling weird because I'm like, how do I
address this right here?
How do I address your mama?
Yeah.
I don't want to smoke with you. I don't want to smoke with your mama. I definitely don't want to be in a situation where I got smoke with both of y'all.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lose-lose.
I know what my intentions were behind my words.
Exactly.
And so I'm sitting there with a confused face, and I'm looking at her to step in and be like, no, mama, that's not what he doing.
Exactly.
That's not what he meant.
Yeah.
But she didn't say nothing.
Yeah, nah.
And that was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Like, I played it cool right there. I apologized to the mama and let her know, like, that wasn't that wasn't my intention. That's not what I was trying to say at all.
Yeah,
And if
facts.
I offended you, I apologize, and I would never physically or verbally abuse your daughter.
Yeah, never.
But say when we got to the car,
It's on and popping.
I'm looking like, why the fuck didn't you
Yeah,
say something?
shut down. Like, you felt that way too? Now like that, you felt that way too? Like that's what we on? So I'm verbally abusive because I'm joking. Like that's what we on. I tell anybody in a relationship, anybody I'm been in a relationship, the same thing. I don't care about how everybody else see me. I don't care what everybody else bring into. But like certain things, if we already got to understand it, certain things wouldn't be allowed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't. Some certain stuff wouldn't go down if we was tight as what I think we is. Like it's not no one sided where you could take up. I'm gonna take up for you in front of my mom and them, but in front of your people, cousin, brother, I don't give a damn who it is. Like we united in front of everybody. Like I'm gonna do you the same way. It's a united front, and if that ain't what you're on, then like it's a team, man. You know what I'm saying? Sound like you finna get cut, cause I don't know what the hell that got going on. Like we can't joke now. Like nah.
It's funny that you said, like, now I'm wondering, like, do you think that? Because that's exactly why I took that. Cause,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you didn't feel that way, you would for sure step in. But when I'm asking her, she was like, nah, she didn't agree with that at all. And she was just like, but that's her mama. And I'm like, what's that mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I love my mama to death, and I know my mama don't want to see nobody mistreat me. But if my mama was to turn up on my other half, I gotta be the one to step in and convene and let mama know, like, you know what I'm saying, you can't come between.
Exactly.
I appreciate what you're doing, but you know what I'm saying, let me handle that. And if it's to the point where something is going on that you disagree with, and we in your house or we in your space, you can either, you know what I'm saying, tell us, okay, we need to leave because you can't handle that, or you can, if we out and we share in the same space, you can politely, you know what I'm saying, walk away.
Yeah.
But you do not get in other people's mix. And,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's kind of like when people are in abusive relationships.
Yeah. So hard, man.
Yeah, we ain't gotta say no names or nothing, but it's been a few times where like somebody that I felt close to was being abused, and here I am ready to go jump into action.
Yeah.
But I had to learn that wasn't the best idea because I'm coming in between what they got going on.
Exactly.
And it's different if it was a one-time thing and you knew for sure that shit wasn't gonna fly no more. So now it's done escalated and we taking it wherever we taking it to.
Exactly.
If it's a heat of the moment, y'all have one of them type of moments, and then the next day y'all back cool. Nah, I look crazy.
Yeah, like I done tried to step. I got mixed. We done had that situation. We done had that situation twice, and this is where this is kind of like how I feel on it, how I stand on it with those situations. Like you say, if both parties we close with, and we kind of know both sides of the spectrum, like I ain't getting into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like, you know, just because we got this time with you don't mean like they ain't, like you say, people got years in it and actually been around your family. Like you build your own relationship with the other person's significant other if they around like that. And on the other hand, when we had to deal with that situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't know buddy like that. So it's more just like, I ain't gonna necessarily like talk down to nobody around it, but like if I see you, then that'll be between me and you. Like, but it won't be nothing like talking about to the other person. Like I ain't go, like I still, what you did was messed up. Like once, if two people in the situation get hurt and it's them two people, but if y'all got a third party that's getting affected by what y'all doing, I'm not stepping in for let's say your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm stepping in for that third party who ain't able to defend themselves. And like you wasn't thinking about when you was trying to get up on that your lady, your dude or whatever, you wasn't thinking about that third party when this situation happened. So I ain't, you know, I ain't, when I come to you, I ain't thinking about your dude or your woman. I'm thinking about that third party, and we'll just take, you know what I'm saying? So that's I got mixed emotions on that. Like that's how I feel about it. Once kids and stuff get involved, it's like, nah. If I see you, I handle it, but I ain't gotta voice it every time to your significant other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, the thing with that is we gotta also be mindful of discussing your business outside the relationship.
Yeah.
We human, so it's understandable you might want to ask for advice on certain situations.
Yeah.
Just to get a second opinion and things like that. But when it comes to like talking bad about the other half,
yeah,
you know just like with family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If me and you get into it, I can go bad on you.
Yeah.
But can't nobody else do it.
Yeah. But we won't do that off in public either. Like, that's the whole thing. Exactly. We won't be doing that off in public. Like, I ain't cussing you out in public. I ain't putting my hands on you in public. We ain't doing none of that. Now, behind closed doors, hey, we moving furniture. But it you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing that'll never be televised. And I feel like that's a difference, because I can't tell you to treat me one way. And just like you say, you can't tell nobody. You hit upside the head. Like, what the hell that mean? Because you her brother. Like, I just see you popping on the side of the head. Why can't I put my hands on your sister? It's like, nah, like, then ain't nobody ever gonna see you do that. Ain't nobody gonna ever see me talk to you crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's between us. And I feel like once it spills over to you just talking down to your significant other with your family, then it's a difference. It's like you said, it's a difference if you're trying to go make a point with somebody. Like, hey, this situation is going on. I really want to be in this with this person. This is a problem. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, how I talk to them, like, how y'all been through it. Like, is this normal? I feel like I don't mind you talking outside our relationship for that, because go talk, go get other perspectives. But if you just sitting on there, they ain't this, they that, they doing this, they this and that, and it's just like, okay, what's your point then? Because now your whoever you going to talk to, mama, daddy, cousin, brother, best friend, whatever, they just like, oh, they just like, what is your point of complaining? Like, what solution is we trying to come to? So I feel like that's where it comes in at a difference at, like, nah, you just talking down, or if you go and just say your side of the story, that it's like, damn, like, what you trying to do? Like, oh no, I'm telling my relationship. You telling one side of it. That's how I felt about it. Like, nah, like, what was your purpose there? What did that come do?
And when you do that, they give the people that you selling your business to a reason to feel like in those situations they can disrespect your other half.
The side of my head, no. You know my situation. I don't.
So that's why I say it's tricky.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, you know, I want to be there to console you and everything else. But if I feel like you going in on somebody and all I'm hearing is that they're doing you wrong, then I'm already on go. Regardless of how happy y'all may seem the next time I see y'all.
Yeah.
All I got in the back of my head is the moment where you mistreated somebody that I love. So
yeah.
So there are situations that can put people in positions to disrespect your other half.
Yeah.
It is never okay to disrespect your other half.
Facts.
Same thing with your other half and the parent though.
Yeah.
I just feel like you gotta set those expectations with people.
Yeah.
On how you move. You know what I mean? Because if my other half felt like my mom was disrespecting me, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. Me and my other half, we are one solid front.
Exactly.
But damn, you can't disrespect T. Jones though. You know what I mean? So,
man, who raised you, boy? You sound like you got a good head on your shoulder. That's crazy. That's it. Sound like you got a good head on your shoulder, boy.
And so if you get tricky, same thing for my pops. Like, hold on, pops, you can't
talk to my mama like that. I don't care what she did. Yeah. You don't talk to my mama like that. Hey, mama, don't talk to daddy like that. But I feel like we had such a solid foundation in the fact of mama and daddy ain't never no matter what they do, they ain't never let you mess with the other one. And daddy done always made that, like, clear. Regardless, like, growing up, if it rubbed us wrong or not, like, daddy done always had his wife back, you know. Mama done always had daddy back. So it's like, it ain't even if we check him because we know the expectation. Like, hey, now, daddy, like, all right now.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you know, mama, hey, mama. Like, cause y'all gave us them expectations on how I go down. That's one thing that I feel like they do very well. Like, no matter what, oh, your mom and daddy, man, say, like, hey, you could try it. Like, I don't think you want them problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it passed down to us. Like, it really ain't no better. Like, your mama, like, hey, man, like, my mama probably won't even care, but I'm liable to, like, punch you in the mouth. So it's like, you don't even want to come talk to me about that issue. I feel like we got that foundation honest.
Definitely. And that's just making sure people understand how you coming.
Yeah.
Setting that expectation.
Yep.
It's crazy because I don't even really know how you would even set them expectations without it just casually coming up in conversation. But I feel like you should probably find ways to include that in earlier conversations, just so that people understand. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I feel like
I might not like you clapping your hands when you talk to me.
Facts.
And so I need you to know earlier on, like that's gonna trip me.
That's gonna take me
Not
off.
me per se, but I'm saying that's something that bothered me. Like
Yeah.
somebody would need to know that.
And I could definitely speak from experience with my situation with mama and my ex. It was on the thing of even though people have did things to make like you say, they might did things to rub you wrong. At the end of the day, it's a respect level that come with it. Like y'all can sit down and have a conversation, but I don't want you to think, just because you mama, just because you brother, just because you best friend, like you can disrespect. And that's done been with any female I've been with. Like, I don't care what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they did something to me, like, I get it. And like you say, it's a hard thing. If you venting to somebody and you trying to keep that thing where, like, I'm blowing off steam, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not telling you, like, I need your help and diffusing this situation. Like, sometimes you just need to vent. And I fully agree with you. Like, I don't want to keep hearing the same story. That's just me personally. I'm just not that friend. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. Like,
okay.
What you want me, like, damn, like, but I listen to you, though. I listen, but long as you ain't trying to get no feedback or nothing, like, because I just don't know what you want me to do in that situation. But I think, like I say, speaking from my last situation, I think that's what hurt my feelings so bad about my last situation, because I'm like, I stood up for you with my mom, regardless of all the stuff you do, you know what I'm saying, regardless of all the stuff people know you did and didn't know, I still stood up for you because it was right versus wrong. And then, a similar situation pop up, and it's just like at the end of the day, like, it should never be cool for your kinfolk, never to say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially for it to happen twice. The heat of the moment, action, like I say, charge it to the game. You felt like this was what it was. You felt like you had to did that. But the next day, like, she back in my face inside of a hotel room, and you just sitting there like, what the hell is you doing? Like, I ain't fucking this lady. Like, why is she up in my face like we talking? Like, man, you ain't finna be together too much longer. Like, why is this even... And like I said, it's different if you come back, cooler head prevails, y'all trying to talk about it, you up in my face screaming. And it's just like, nah, like I feel like, boy, my feelings was hurt. I'm like, I just don't think that's never cool. I don't think that's never cool.
I hope this don't come off like offensive, but I just feel like when it comes to women at times, it's the queen bee feeling. I've always just noticed it, even when I was a trainer at one of my previous jobs. To have a male trainer in there, it made the class flow. But then again, at the same time, I don't know if it's because of attraction from the women, or because the women knew that they didn't have to worry about trying to push their dominance. But when I would sit back and it'd be a female trainer and female trainees, it seemed like they always had this class of trying to show like I'm the queen bee, and I feel like it could be the same thing in your relationships.
No, that's true. I think
some people gonna get caught up in that, but I do. That starts out young. You gotta think about it when as a woman, you know what I mean. Coming up at a certain point, you and your mama, y'all, it gets a little feisty.
I don't know too many females that don't. I'm still
queen bee.
And you just like, I'm still my own person too. Like, I ain't trying to. I definitely think that's a good point that you brought up. And from a female's perspective, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's all. I think that sometimes it stems from insecurities. Cause me being, you know what I'm saying, we had mom and daddy both in our household. But at the same time, like, I'm closer to my daddy. So a lot of ways that I think and like how I act, I don't be tripping on some stuff. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I feel like God says sometimes, like, not letting things go is not, in my opinion, it's not a male trait. It's not something that my daddy told me to do. Like, he told me, like, hey, let that go. He told us, like, it's not that big a deal. But mama would be like, smash the gas. Like, they do something to you, smash the gas. Like, it's that, they go in there, mama mouth going. And females kind of be the same way. It's like, damn, like they not just gonna hurt your feelings. They gonna hurt your feelings, dig them up, and then hurt them again. And then they just feel better. They just feel better when you get off their chest. So I like, that's true. Like I'm a female that don't even understand that. Cause I'd be like, why won't you just, but I just feel like sometimes it comes from insecurities too. Like you say, the alpha male, mean that like alpha males can do it, but like the female standpoint is like, hey, like we can coexist and be fine, and you can still be dominant, I can still be dominant. But if and like you said, I think it start young. Like if a female don't feel like she getting attention, or her insecurities not checked, then it's hard to be around another female that's doing her thing. You gonna be feeling some type of way. That's all. Like that's hard. Like I said, I'm a female that don't understand that, because I be heated. And then that's in my last relationship, I heard that all the time. Like, you was raised around boys, you weren't raised around girls, so you don't get it. So I got to get called bitch 3 times a day because I was raised around some dudes. Like, nah, I still don't like it. Like, I ain't trying to, this shit, don't talk to me like that. Like, I don't like it. So.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I think that's a big thing right there. That's hard. That's hard right there.
Yeah, but like I said, I was basically just trying to get to the point of, there's different situations that could come around your relationship that creates a moment where a family member or a parent can feel like they have room to be disrespectful to your other half.
But yeah, ain't never that.
I believe that it is never okay for your parents or anybody that you love to disrespect your other half.
Facts.
And all issues should be handled in-house. When we leave the house, we are a united front.
Facts.
And boundaries are supposed to be set, or expectations are supposed to be set.
Yep. I think we in agreement on that. Like I say, it ain't even too much more to say. I don't never think, just like you said, sometimes conversations can be had with some situations you can't check until you're able to check them. Just like your situation with old girl, y'all never talked about, like, if your mom and daddy ever say something, handle it like this. But when the situation happened, it was like you were supposed to check it. And I feel like in relationships, the biggest thing in relationships is not just, intimate or whatever, but relationships, it's the vice versa effect. Whenever you get to tripping about something, you got to think about it vice versa. Like, if my mama would have said, if you would have made a joke about something that my mama felt like was offensive, and I wouldn't have said nothing, how you would have felt? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just look at it like it's my mama. You got to look at it like, what if I was in his shoes and that happened? What if I was in her shoes when that happened? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that'll help it out. The vice versa effect, I don't feel like get used enough in relationships, and then stuff come up.
It's weird though, because I mean, for one, you're supposed to treat people how you want to be treated, but you're supposed to also be genuine, because not everybody gonna move the same way you do.
Facts.
So like in that situation right there, as pissed off as I was about the fact, she truly didn't really see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
In that moment. Now later on down the line, she felt it was wrong, but she felt more that it was wrong because of how she understood how it made me feel in that moment.
And you just said it. That's the vice versa effect. It don't have nothing to do with. It don't have, like you say, treat people the way you want to be treated and be genuine. The vice versa effect, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, has nothing to do with feeling the way that they feel. It's just looking at it from the way they look at it. That's the vice versa effect. I think sometimes people get caught up on feeling. You might not feel the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to just put yourself in my head. Because like once you stated your opinion, and emotions are still probably a little bit high. If she went back and she thought about it, she put herself in your shoes. She looked at it vice versa. Like, because Dwaylen is set up the way Dwaylen set up, how did that make him feel? And then she took everything that you said and she was able to look at it. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of that. I might not be sorry for what I did, but I really am apologizing that it hurt your feelings, because I never meant for it to be that way. So I feel like that's the vice versa effect. It's just being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, looking from their perspective. That's all it is. Like, you ain't got to feel, because like I said, everybody got different beliefs. Just like you say, you should do this shit. That's just a value that you have. Everybody got different values, but we got to be respectful and being like, you know what? Because you feel that way about it, I'm going to be able to go sit back and think about it. I might not feel the way you feel, but you checked it, and I'll be able to handle. I know how to handle you now, and hopefully situations like that won't happen again.
My lady's pretty good at that. that's one of the things that I appreciate.
Tiana the best. If y'all didn't know, Tiana is the best. Yes.
Yeah, but she has this way of being able to look at things from both sides before reacting.
Yeah.
Versus me, I'm my mama's child, and I'm a lot of passion. So if I'm passionate about something, I don't see it wrong while I'm in it.
Yeah, man.
I really don't like to. I'm pushing for what I'm passionate.
Yeah, man.
And people like Tiana and like our brother have helped me to kind of like tone that down, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like me and JD, we'll debate all the time.
Yeah.
That's just something that we do. He just pulls random topics out his ass, and we just and we go.
That boy, a different breed, man. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Whenever we get to going at it, he just be like, "What are the facts? What are the facts? What are the facts?" And so
that's a true statement.
At a certain point, I have to realize, like, I'm only speaking on my opinion.
Facts.
So, and you can't really once he put down the facts, I can't do nothing but try to sit back and
look at it
and be like, okay, well, you know what I mean. But we learned that as adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I forgot the phases that it's called. But we had this phase where we had these phases where we do things because we were told to do it.
Yeah. The nurture.
Yeah. Then we do things to please our parents.
Yep, nature.
And then we start to do things because that's what we actually want to do.
Yep.
And so there used to be a lot of times we would have conversations about things, and I would be so passionate, and she just asked me like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Like, that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised. But you sound stupid saying that. Like, have you given it real thought?
Like, why do you
understand why you feel that way? And when you do that, it's like, dang.
It's like, damn, that is crazy.
There is a different way. And
yeah.
I actually like the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. We was having that conversation about whooping kids. Like,
beat that.
Get your ass beat.
Yeah, she's like, nah, they ain't doing nothing. What did that do?
But like, how effective is that?
Yeah, like, how effective was you? Did you stop? I always said, I think I said it on another podcast, like, my brother was sneaky as hell, and I used to get mad because I was putting myself out there to get caught, but the shit he didn't get caught for and I got whooped for it. Like that's what you learn. Did you learn to do it better? Like, that ain't stopping you. He just like, you just not gonna keep hitting me. And I'm like, man, I take these licks. Like, it's like, no, either way, is that whooping being effective? No. You ain't under, like, I pissed you off, so you whoop me. So you can't tell me if I come to the house fighting, why you fight? They pissed me off. Like, what we doing? That's conflict resolution right there. Like, they pissed me off, and I felt like swinging these hands. That ain't right. What we doing? So,
our brother got whoopings all the time, and that ain't slowed him down.
That man he's smart as hell, though. JD is one of the smartest human beings that walks this earth. But damn, the boy is smart. I feel like when you that smart, like it's just like anybody. It come back to you, like how I feel to be that damn smart. The boy is like, eh.
And I still remember I had to be like 10. I was like 10, and Pop was like, look, man. He was gonna start giving me when I was 10, he gave me a choice. He was like, you can either, you know what I mean? Your mom say you gotta get your ass whooped, so you gonna get your ass whooped. Or you can choose punishment. And so I'm like, man, I don't want that belt. I'll take the punishment.
Man, you learned quick.
When I took that punishment, I was like, man, I should
take that belt, because the punishment be forever.
And when Pop realized it was effective, because the next time I got in trouble, I was ready to jump on. I'll take the
belt. Yeah.
Pop was like, nah, man, that's out the question. We ain't doing that no more. You too old for that. Straight punishment. And so that was a game changer. But since we on here, I always tell this funny story about when we were growing up and getting whoopings.
Let's see what you say, because I got a better one if you ain't telling the right one. Yeah.
So it's me, you and JD.
Yeah.
JD gonna run from his ass.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to strap him down. He was short for the longest, so they used to help.
Yeah. JD gone.
He not going willingly.
Nah, I ain't doing it.
Me, I'm trying to let you know that you are killing me on the first swing. I am sorry. I am sorry. There is no need to hit me anymore. That first one, got it done.
You fucking stupid, man.
I'm looking you in your eye.
Lord.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But you?
Man. Yo, put my business out there like that? Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Whenever I'm talking, like whenever I'm sitting around with people and we talk about like funny child stories, I always tell them like, man, my sister used to act like a slave. Spirit was not gonna be broken. Like,
hey, man.
You used to sit there and that swing come through.
Yup. Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, what's up? Bring another one.
Cry. It'll be over soon.
Like, did I not just show you how to do this? Like, did you not just get the shit?
Like, chill, Gunther.
Man, nah.
Your name gonna be Toby right now.
Nah, you ain't. Man, I ain't gonna lie. After a while, I just started taking the lick. But what you said, spirit ain't gonna be broken. It's funny that you said that, because even growing up in school, even when I ain't understand all of the work that was coming through, like, I'm sitting up there fighting. One of my teachers would always say, like, Victoria do this and that, but you can't break her spirit. And I feel like that's still how I roll through life now. Like, after a certain point, especially if I feel like you trying to do it, like, that's just me, period. Like, it's not an act. Like, that really is how I am. And you could testify to that because you was raised with me. But still in the workplace and the same thing. Like, bro, you're not going to break me. Like, you think I'm going to act like this. Like, nah. I learned to be my brother. Like, I might catch you on the street, but you ain't going to see me, you going to see me in the workplace acting like crazy. You got to prove it. So, I'm still like that. You can't break my spirit, though. My spirit don't belong to me. It's gone. That thing chilling in heaven. I ain't got my spirit.
That's right.
That's how.
Y'all had our own way of trying to handle that situation, and Mom and Daddy knew each of our game. They knew to let JD know we ain't gonna do all that running and shit. Go on and give me mine.
Yeah.
They knew. Yeah. You telling us you're dying. You ain't dying.
Yeah.
You gonna get a few more of these.
I ain't telling you nothing.
And they knew, man, let me just go and give her hers and go on.
Yep.
There ain't no point in me trying to see if she gonna give me some reaction, because it ain't coming.
Nah. And what's crazy, after a while, after we got whoopings, like I wouldn't cry from him, my little ass and back of my legs would be stinging, I'd just be sitting in the room like, and then I go to somebody getting their ass beat tomorrow. Like, somebody getting their ass beat tomorrow. Like, it's cool.
Upside your head like stupid.
I couldn't produce it no more. My body wouldn't let them tears form. Like, after a while, it just like they wouldn't let couldn't form no tears. Like, it's like, nah. It hurt. Like, I feel it, but it's like, nah. They went to pull this down, pull that down. You can hit bare ass. I'm not crying. Like, it's not happening. Yeah, you can nah. I remember we used to go in there and put all them clothes on. Now we got to get whoopers naked because the way they want to put 3 pair of boxes on and some shorts. Like, nah. Like, nah.
Hey, man, you got to think. I had it. Yeah, I was the oldest, so I honestly started. It's weird. I feel like y'all could get away with a little bit more than I could, being the oldest. But then again, I started to feel like I was always doing more. Yeah,
we weren't doing nothing. Like, what you mean? Like, shit, we in the house. I can see how you see it, though. Like, we might got away with saying a little different stuff, or you felt. But I feel like, especially in the African American household, we all the way on topic, but this is my damn show. Like, we talking. But, like, especially in African American household, it's hard. It's a hard, I think it's a learned behavior for children not to express themselves. Like, everything is not disrespectful. And then you go on and become a functioning adult, and we just kind of suck at expressing ourselves. Like, we got this 1 or 2 forms of expressing ourselves, and you got to deal with 13, 14 different people in this world. Like, you can't just express yourself in violence or you pout. Or, like some females, like the ones who real bratty. All of the women I've been with, smart as hell. Like, everybody ain't gonna care that you poking your lip out, but females that are actually spoiled and bratty like that, they act like that with me, they mama, they daddy, they act like that at work. Like, that's their way to show their emotion. And it's just like, no, but I feel like in the African-American household, it's like a hard blend to be like that child not trying to be disrespectful. They don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference if they just saying like, I don't think this right, then it's just, you shut the hell up because you live under my roof. Then you wonder why that dude go on knocking his girl outside and everything ain't got to resort into no domestic violence, but you're not strangers upside the head and everything because, well, they ain't understanding my point of view. And it's like, nah, like I feel like, it stems from the childhood. Like you got to teach your kids better conflict resolution and let them be able to express themselves because sometimes you overexpress yourself. You got a lot of men and women like that too. You overexpress yourself because you wasn't able to express yourself as a child. Damn, look. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you want your significant other to overexpress themselves. Like, the fuck?
It's crazy because I feel like you just segued into one of your other topics. And that's with men not expressing
affection, but they want it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't relate because I have no problem expressing that I want affection. I have no problem in it,
That's stupid.
Real talk, but
yeah.
I think that goes for. I don't even think this is just on men. I think this is on men and women.
Yeah.
These learned behaviors.
Yeah,
and your household.
Facts.
Like think about it. When you go around like your friends' parents and see how they interact, like some parents and kids, they like best friends. They talk to each other about any and everything.
Yeah.
They unfiltered. So you are cussing in front of Vicky and Joe.
Yeah.
But then again, we might go over to a cousin's house and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I cuss in front of some of my partners, mama and daddy, but I've been made to feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
Versus if I cuss in front of now with pops, and me and pops chopping it.
It'll slip sometimes. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Then I still be kind of like.
I be on you too. That was your biggest thing when you got older. I'm grown now, I can cuss. Like they don't like it. That's the whole point. Like it's not saying that you're not grown. Mom and daddy just don't like it. I'm grown. We used to go back and forth about that all the time. Like, bro, like you just because you got older don't mean that the rules apply. That's like how people who do diets, like once they lose that weight and then they like, damn, I lost my 20 pounds and then they gain 40. They like, what happened? Like, you don't get to stop doing your diet. Like, this is supposed to be a lifestyle. Like, if you look at it just like a diet, you're going to stop it and then you're going to end. And when you get your result, you're going to fuck it up because you ain't going to keep it going. Like, we ain't cuss in front of them when we was kids. A lot of the same people we can cuss in front of now, we can cuss in front of them then. Like, it's not, same people we was drinking with then, we can drink with now. Like, it's nothing. Like, but it's been that. Like, it's been that understanding. But I slip a little bit more now. I be trying not to, but I slip a little bit more.
Like, my bad, Mom.
Yeah.
But it's out. It's out.
Yeah.
It's out there. Sorry.
You so dang hard, boy. You be like, man, look, it's alright. Like,
I hate you just had to hear that.
Yeah.
That just happened.
I had to do it.
I learned though, because like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because, you know what I'm saying, one day the Lord gonna bless me with a child, and I'm gonna be in that same situation where
yeah,
I don't want, like, am I gonna be like, my child can't cuss in front of me?
Yeah.
Knowing how I felt about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, that's just how it is, so
yeah,
I couldn't do it, so you can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I hit a certain age, I wanted to be okay with that, and it wasn't. So who am I to be like, you ain't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We live and we learn.
Yeah. I definitely don't say. I don't think I would mind if my kids be cussing. It's more of having a different range of vocabulary, being able to say different things. Like, don't just be able to express yourself with cussing words, but definitely, like, if I'm cussing and I'm saying stuff, like, I being in the service alone taught me that you cannot tell a soldier to do something that you're not doing. Like, lead by example is such a big thing. And it's like, you know, it's leadership. So even at the end of the day, you want your kids to do something that just because I said so doesn't work. Because that's like, you know, that's how they learn, by watching everything. If they first words out their mouth is a cuss word, kids learn how to talk. And I remember when I found this out, I was like, wow. But kids learn how to talk by watching your lips move, doing this, and it's like, motherfucker, you taught them how to cuss. Like, that was, all they doing is mouthing. The sound go follow out their voice, but they just mouthing what they see. So it's like, if that's their first word, that's what you taught them. Just like mama, dada is their first word. Because you'll be over them, say mama, say dada, and they just pick the one that they mouthed, and that's the one they, dada is easier than mama. But, you know, like, we teach them what to say,
yeah.
so.
I don't even want to take it too far, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like with the whole cussing thing, it's crazy to me that, you know what I'm saying, I would say my kids can't cuss, but I hear my kids say at 4 or 5 years old in the car singing Throw Baby. Like, I'm okay with them singing it all through the house. Throw Baby. Like, but they better not cuss. Like, wait,
Starlito and Dun Trip on repeat, just. They're like, yeah.
But that's the music I'm listening to. So I was real mindful of that when I was taking my nephew to school.
Yeah.
I used to want to, you know, of course I want to listen to mine and it shoot your mama, fuck your daddy.
Yeah.
Give me the money. Ran off on the plug, but
yeah.
I don't want my nephew in the back co-signing that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to play more of the slower music, the you know what I mean, the R&B type jams.
Yeah.
Like that. But man, I wish I don't know if me and you had talked about this before, but we was on the way to school one morning and he was like, I was blind when they crossed me. It's a Young Boy song, and like he was singing it so passionate, like he could relate, like he's been there, and that just blew my mind.
Hey, he gonna be a future rapper, man. That's how most rappers do. They get a songwriter, they feel it, they get the feeling it. Like, you ain't never did that, but I feel like I did. Make the song better.
I felt that was so hilarious. But like, to get back to like men and affection, like I said, I don't see. Me personally, I don't have a problem with expressing that I want affection. But those are kind of like learned behaviors and learned habits.
So can I throw it to you like this? Just food for thought on this one. So it's a learned behavior. A guy that's hard on females, I can see them tell their partners that they love them every day. But they'll be hard on females. And I'm just saying, in the female mind, it's just like I say, like females can be insecure stuff. I feel like it's an insecurity to be turned down by a female. Even though they was raised, like this my thing, dudes could be raised by their mama. Never had a daddy or nothing. And they'll still treat a female like they crazy. And their mama is just the exception to the rule. Even like, kind of back to what we was talking about, like, they mama can be disrespectful, wrong, doing all of this, but they girl can't say nothing to their mama, but they mama can be the most disrespectful chick ever, but they girl better not say nothing to their mama. Like, that's like, where that come, like,
that's a learned behavior, because at some point the mama must have made you feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm the mama, so I'm gonna do what it is I'm gonna do, and that's just what that is, and that ain't 100%. That's not okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I feel like that's where you get a situation where a dude might let his mama go crazy, but won't let his girl go crazy.
Yeah.
Because he don't even like when his mama go crazy.
Yeah.
He has been taught at an early age that his mom gets to go crazy.
Yeah.
And that he has to accept it, but he knows, like, I'm not accepting that from my other half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I went to my freshman year of college. I was cool with this cat named Dean. And when him and his girl would go through it, he would get in the car, play some R&B music, and ride around the city.
Yeah.
So he had no problem with he had no problem expressing it. If you get in his car and it's that time and they going through something, just know you listening to some I Want My Baby Back, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Versus some dudes is, you can play nonchalant about it, like that. But I don't think that's a all male thing, even though it's generalized. Like that. I just feel like those are we go after. I like to leave. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see Tiana. Let's see Tiana in the camera. Let's go to. There go Tiana. Yeah. She might did it.
I just think we go off what we seen growing up, and some of us, especially like for men who grew up in the single parent households, you know your mama is trying to teach you to be a man.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she got to give you that tough love, and in a sense, sometimes that can create a situation where you feel like you have to portray the tough love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But then you also got situations where mamas like, I don't want to say baby they son.
I was about to say, I feel like
man more open emotionally.
Yeah.
So you got some guys who are grown, and it's like, man,
you act like a.
What the hell are you going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We were fortunate enough to have both mama and daddy in the household, and like.
But do you feel like daddy is more? I feel like daddy is more open, a little bit more sensitive than mama is. Like and you put that into perspective for me one day. Like I feel like mama like hard. Like mama kind of like. I think mama kind of a little bit more hard, and daddy more like. You know what I'm saying? Like, if mama just wasn't just a crier and she cried at everything, like, I'd say, like, daddy is, he a little bit more open, a little bit more speaking about feelings sometimes. Because mama ain't necessarily, like, mama is good. I feel like mama is better at expressing her feelings. Like, if you done piss mama off, you're going to know. If you make mama happy, you're going to know. But it's just like talking. Like, daddy not just going to be over the top, like, oh, yeah, but, you know, he'll get excited. He'll smile. He'll tell you, like, I love you or I'm here for you. Like, it's kind of like, I feel like mama express more, but daddy, like, a little bit more open with his feelings. What you think about that?
I think that comes down to, again, the household.
The household?
It sucks that we never got to meet Granny K.
Yeah.
And all I can do is put her face from her pictures in my head and put stories together that people are telling me. But from the stories that I've been told, Granny K wasn't no joke.
Yeah. Yeah, my baby. My baby.
Granny K was hard on the bitch. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It passed down. It definitely went to the firstborn.
I understand why my mama would be like that.
Versus,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Granny Ruby here.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I got to grow up and see what it's like to interact with Granny. You know what I mean? So, I can understand how Pops can be a little bit more open.
Yeah.
And I also think that not only, I don't want to even put it all on the household. I feel like for daddy, it comes down to his love for his kids.
Yeah. His love for his lady.
I think his love for his kids, that allowed him to try to understand things that were coming from us.
Yeah.
They don't agree with everything that we do.
Nah.
But his love for us opens his mind up to try to understand why we feel the way we feel about things.
Yeah.
Why we react the way we act, how we move. You know what I'm saying? Why we move the way we move. I think his love for us is what opens him up. And it's not to say that mama don't love us the same way. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, your love for your child does different things for you. Like,
yeah.
I think having mama having me, it turned her into bodyguard mode. She was very protective of me. Very protective of me. So protective of me to the point where if I was around anybody else, I was crying. The people who I could be around as a baby and not cry are people that I'm still close to this day.
Yeah.
Like Aunt Sarah, Aunt Tam.
Yeah.
And Pete, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sinking in, yeah.
And so I just feel like mamas want to be our protector.
Yeah.
It made her a little harder on us.
Yeah.
But what mama felt like she was doing was preparing us.
Yeah.
Preparing us for life.
Yeah.
But also just being you know what I'm saying? Also just being afraid to kind of like let us go. I think we'll never really truly be able to understand it until we start having our own kids. But
factual.
I don't know how I would feel knowing that somebody been depending on me for all this time, and now I gotta go leave them in somebody else's hands.
Yeah.
And hope that they gonna take care of my child just
the way
as
that,
good as I would.
Yeah, I don't think it never. That's one thing I talked about in one of my other episodes. I feel like sometimes, like you say, like daddies always tell us like you won't understand until you start having your own kids, and you know, of course, certain ways of how you look at stuff gonna change. And I always pray and, you know, hope that Heavenly Father instill in me like these is not mine. Like they mines, they came through me, but it's like it's not. And I want to get them prepared for the world and not get them prepared for me. And I feel like just like let's like take it back with the guys and affection stuff like that. Like sometimes I feel like even single parents and mothers, like I feel like just how you can tell a spoiled female, no matter how they grew up, they might have grew up with 2-parent households and was spoiled. They might have, like my last ex, grew up in the system, but she was able to see I could get anything I want if I ask. Like it's a program out there for me to be able to live the way that I want to. And I feel like it just comes down to like you just get your children ready for the world, not just yourself. Don't just prepare your child for yourself, because I feel like it's a lot of spoiled grown men out there, and in my mind that's where the breakdown comes in wanting affection, because it's like you put on this persona like you hard, but you a mama's boy, and you act like, you know what I'm saying, and the perception to the world is like you act like you spoiled, and when your homeboy gonna do what you want to because they used to it. Your homeboy, that Lord, we super loyal. They gonna do what you want to, and your girl gonna tell you when your ass stink. You know what I'm saying? Your girl gonna tell you like that's not cool. Your girl, and it kind of feel like, well, man, my partners don't care. They go ride right or wrong. No, bro, it's stupid for you to go out there. Your partner there, you go out there and join them, or like, hey, like you spending your money to go to the club and look nice, and we got bills to be paid. But I feel like sometimes when you get to checking a man, it kind of feel like, just like with a female, that's why I don't feel like it's a gender role, but I feel like sometimes guys put it like that. Like, if you want affection, give it and show it. Don't make your girl feel like she's a second option and your partner's just the truth. You riding around listening to Future all day, but then you sitting up here like, why my girl don't give me baskets and why I don't get this type of gifts on Valentine's Day, but look how you treat her. You know what I'm saying? But you'll tell your homeboy you love her every day. Like I feel like at one point, like we could put all this on the parents, but at what point do it change? Like what point do you change within yourself and be like, yeah?
That final stage when you do stuff that you want to do on your own. But I mean, to expand on like what you touching on, I've always thought that was weirdo shit.
Yeah.
I didn't give a damn if I rather go spend time with my lady than with my partner. I'm letting them know that. Like,
yeah.
And you can't make me feel bad. Like, you staying in with the business.
Yeah.
Like, fucking right. What?
You have some passion with that. It's fucking right.
Yeah, like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
She do way more for me than y'all can.
Exactly.
I love y'all to death, but yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather be at home with my lady. Like,
yeah, facts.
But yes, I'd rather, but I don't know. That's always been weirdo shit.
It's weird. It's weird to me.
But dudes act like they hard on that woman, but love with they bros. Like,
what the hell is like? Oh man.
But then again, it'd be so weird because
females will do it too.
Right now, and dudes will be like, you know what I'm saying? Got my heart broken, and that I've been hard on women ever since.
But your homeboy stabbed you in the back. You're same dude, same logic. They'll make a song about my homeboy went in my pack. My homeboy slept with my girl. I feel like that's why I feel like it's like a overthinking understanding. Like I feel like, man, you can sit there and say this. You just got darker. You all right over there?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
We were partying hard last night with one of my bros, and I think that light is doing something to me.
Oh man. Oh yeah, you dimmer. It's all right. We'll rock it out. But I do. I don't know. Just in the same regard, I feel like it's an excuse. I feel like it's easier. It's easier to accept somebody who you feel like accept you than to change yourself into the better person. Like that, I feel like male or female, because I look at it from the lesbian standpoint. Like I've been with women my whole adult adult dating life for the most part. So it's like it's the same thing. Like you can get it. Like you rather go and be with your friends instead of changing because they accept you, and it kind of like you could kind of what is it? Not blanket. You could kind of like blanket that delusion. Like I ain't got to change. I can go out there and find somebody who accept me. Some of my partners accept me for doing this, but a female ain't gonna take it. And I feel like this just me. Like I don't feel like changing. I don't feel like this. If she ain't trying to accept me, then it is what it is. And I just feel like it's crazy because it's like it's done been the most down females I done seen them been with some messed up dudes, and I done seen it on both spectrums. Like she cooking, cleaning. I ain't saying that she perfect by no means, but they out cheating, talking about her crazy, doing all this. And I'm like, damn, like you got a good woman at home. Like what you doing? And then soon as they think she cheating, they going crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, she ain't even cheating, but because you cheat so damn much, like, you thinking she doing something. Or like, she giving you her last, and you ain't even, you tripping because she asked you for $20. I be like, man, like, I don't get it. That's a hard thing for me to wrap my head around. I don't know why guys act like that. Like, you gonna get treated. And then you got some females that's I feel like females are worse than dudes. Like, you got some females that's player. They'll break it down cold, and you ain't gonna see them cry, sweat, or nothing. Like, females is cold, man. Have a dude sick, and that girl be gone. Somewhere chilling with her feet laid up with the Knicks. Like,
I personally think women are harder.
I do too.
Than men.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't understand why that would be even shocking to anybody. Just think about some of the pain that y'all endure in general. Just, you know what I'm saying? With Mother Nature, to pregnancies, and I can't even imagine dealing with cramps like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Tiana was giving me a facial, and she got to the extraction part, and that's when they go to getting rid of the black spots.
Yeah, taking the little pus. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Man, she got to doing this shit, and I'm like, like, hold on, what's up? Why you being so rough? Man, I watched her do one of her homegirls, and her homegirl ain't buzz. She was like, you was being a baby. I was like, no.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
She waxed my underarms.
Nah, that hurt regardless. Yeah.
It is not that bad.
It hurt. You get a built up tolerance, but it definitely hurts.
My advice would be for men and women, it would be to grow up.
Yeah, mature. I don't want to say grow up because people grow up and they don't grow up like mature. We got to have exact words sometimes because people are like, I am grown. Like, okay, like maturing your thoughts is a think of what you're trying to say.
I feel okay because you can't put an age on maturity.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that statement. I'm with you on that, but that's all it comes down to. We have to evolve within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We share this world, but also our mind is our own world.
Yeah.
So we never know, and those 100 thoughts that we go through all day long, the next person directly across from us is going through the same thing. So you never know what somebody is going through, and so we have to improve communicating.
Yeah.
And communicating to the point where your message is received.
Yeah.
You just wasted your breath.
Yeah. Effective communication, people. I had to learn it. Effective communication and ask questions until you understand. You know, I just came out of that MRT class, and a lot of those skills that we go through is deeply bedded in psychology. And like one of the models is it's an ideal model for problem solving. It's like identify the problem, think about what caused the problem, then you get evidence, think about what really caused the problem, you get evidence against and with it, but you gotta have a problem. And one of the biggest steps is don't over exaggerate your emotions. So don't be like, you killing me. And don't over exaggerate the times, like, oh, you did this. You make it specific for the person. Like, you did this last year. You did it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, you got to keep it. Like, what's the problem that you're trying to fix? Don't over-exaggerate the time. Even if they're true, it should have been handled. Like, why is we bringing this up now? So, I think it's just, effective communication. And a lot of us don't know how to talk. And it makes you feel uncomfortable. And I'm not gonna lie, the chick I talked to now, we just had a real conversation. And it was on the same thing. She was just like, man, she was like, I'm shit. Like, why is you with me? And I'm like, I don't think that you shit. Like, this, it's just, like, you could look at one person and be like, this person's spoiled. And then she hit me back with, you have spoiled me so much emotionally that, when you need me to be there for you, I'm not, because I'm not used to it. That don't make you a bad person. Like, that just, now you able to identify. It might have took 6-7 years, but now you get it. Like, okay, like, I need to be able to be there for her the same way that she there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just learning. Guys got to grow up. And don't, this is one thing we talked about, and I'm going to say to y'all, we listen, don't go out there, understand, you could pick somebody to choose to be the most effective, communicated with. You could talk, I'm talking about clear points pointed out, and they might not be on your level. You can go out there and take the person just because you want them, and they might not be the person for you, or be able to talk to and be like, well, I effectively communicated. I did everything right in this relationship and it didn't work. So I'm gonna go off and be, fuck off on this person. Women and men. Like, no, sometimes you pick the wrong people. Sometimes we can effectively communicate with the wrong person. We kind of pick people that you can't pick a chick or a dude that you feel like a project, and they might be cool with the way they act, and you try to make them better, and you be your best self for this person that you know ain't worth it. Don't put that on nobody else to go out there and be like a shitty person in the relationship, because you just picked a fucked up, like, take that for what it is. Make that the exception. That was a fucked up relationship. All of them don't have to be fucked up, though. Like, all of them you don't gotta act like that with everybody.
And I also want to vouch for the men, real quick. Women got to work on their communication as well, like I said earlier, because women, a lot of women feel like you should read their mind.
Oh yeah, oof.
And as a man, I don't know how to read your mind. Now, after I've been around you for a while, I can kind of understand your reason behind doing certain things. So then I can understand why you may do certain gestures or say certain things. But I can't read your mind. So if you wanna spend time with somebody, jump out the window and tell them you want to spend time with them. Like, we don't all have to be cool and play it cool. I'm gonna wait a couple of days to text her and all that kind of stuff. Like, how you feel is how you feel. I remember I was talking to this one chick. And she was spending the night with me. And so we stayed up till 4:00 in the morning watching movies, laying next to each other in the bed. And the reason was because I didn't feel like it hadn't been told to me that she was okay with taking it to the next step and having sex, right? Yeah. But in her head, when she knew that she was going to spend the night, she knew that we were going to have sex. And
what the hell?
Here we are laying there, because, of course, in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I ain't now.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Play it cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to act impatient. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never had them before. Just chill. When it's right, it's right. Yeah. And here we are. It's 3-4 in the morning, and she like, why haven't you touched me?
Girl, like, what the fuck?
I was trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
I figured you was going to think that he probably think just because I told him I was spending the night and he going to get some, and that ain't what's going down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mind reading, you jump into conclusion. Yeah.
And so once she told me why you ain't touched me like that, of course, you know what I'm saying, we did or whatever, but that night I was like, you could have told me that at the door.
Yeah. I'm sleepy. Like, it would almost be nothing. What you doing? Like, nah.
You told me that after we watched the first of the 6 movies we watched that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have.
Yeah, to throw that in there, the first of the 6 movies.
But what I should have did was I should have just told her straight up, like, you know what I'm saying, I find you attractive. Yeah. And honestly, I want to be all over you right now, but I will be respectful and just chill. So that she knew, like, where I was coming from, like, cause some women feel like, you know what I'm saying, can take that and be like, maybe there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, facts.
Maybe I need to do something different so that he'll want me. And here I am. I did that a couple of times when talking to women, where I realized like, damn, we could have took it there a long time ago.
Yeah.
Here I am thinking that I'm doing the right thing and trying to make sure I'm being mindful of not pushing the issue. And in your head, you looking at me like, what's taking you so long?
Nah, facts.
It's just a breakdown.
Breakdown in communication. That, man, I'm telling you, and I can't speak for all women, but I can definitely speak for myself. Even with dating women, like I'm the same way. Like I feel like you should better read my mind, and that's one of my, like I said, this class was so mind opening to me. But they call them thinking traps, and that's in the top 2 thinking traps is jumping to conclusions and mind reading. And then you got me, them, everything, and always, and yeah, always, and everything. But you know, they say jumping to conclusions is the mother of all, and that's like one thing they taught when jumping to conclusions and trying to gather evidence for why you right. At the end of the day, if you ain't speak up, you jump to a conclusion, you speak up, and you feel like, I don't care if people establish a pattern. If you want to be healthy with communication, then it's kind of like, you know, how many times do I supposed to forgive somebody? 70 times 70. It's like that. Like, if you working with that, I don't care about what you did last time. We talking about, like, right now. I ain't going to jump to a conclusion. They could have cheated 35 times. If they don't pick the phone up this time, and you be like, well, I got evidence that they cheated 35 times before, but what did they do now? What evidence do you have for right now? And it was like a hard thing because you taught to like pay attention to people patterns, but it's not healthy because the one time that they not doing it and it might be their starting streak to be done cheating, you accuse them of it and they could be like, fuck it. Men and women, they could be like, fuck it. Like, even when I do right, I'm going to be accused of wrong. So definitely with women, and like I say, it's you speak up. Like at the end of the day, speak. And if you with somebody who make you feel some type of way about speaking your emotions, and I done been in that position where you whining, you always bitching, but I feel like, especially in relationships, it's different because I'm more passive in a relationship. So I try to speak my emotion because I'm not going to go outside your head. It's different if it was somebody on the street, you know what I'm saying? Or like, even me and you, I might disagree with you and be like, man, what you trying to do? And you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, nigga, I don't want to fight you. But in my mind, it's not on no disrespectful stuff. It's like, we ain't got to talk. Like, we can fight and go on about our business. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm like, I can put my hands on you. Like, I don't never want you to feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a different dynamic. But even I'm learning with that, like, it's still the same way. Some people you can go and throw them hands with and go on about the business. Some people you can talk to. It's not a gender role. And like I say, in relationships, I get like that. Oh, you bitching, you always whining. But I'm like, I'm expressing myself because I'm not finna go and punch walls. And I'm tired of paying for windows. But I'm just talking to the wrong person because I can take this same way I'm expressing myself and go express it to somebody else and it'll be fine. Like, that's why I say everything is not on you. Sometimes people is just not there where you need them at. I'm trying to stop myself from saying shitty people. Like, they might have shitty actions, but they just not where you need them at. And that's when you got to remove yourself and go on, but don't go back. Don't go back. And if you're feeling like you're a better person and you're doing better, don't go back because the person that you with is not good. Just reevaluate why you with that person. But that's definitely, don't jump to conclusions and don't mind read. Like, speak up. Because, like, at the end of the day, people do not know what you're thinking. And you want people to know what you're thinking, say it. Like, we don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, like I feel like it goes on both sides, and to wrap that up, we gotta be more mature about how we handle things. Yeah. And we just gotta communicate how we feel. Nobody knows how you feel unless you tell them, unless they know you. But even then, you shouldn't assume that somebody should know something.
Exactly. Facts.
So speak your mind on things and learn how to get your point across without it being rude or disruptive.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Females. Figure out the point. Don't over exhaust your emotions. Like, y'all will go emotions, but it's like, why did that make you mad? You want somebody to just be like, because it made me mad. What made you mad. Like, it's a vice versa with y'all too, because like females will do something and then act like a guy can't do it. Like, you can't go weeks without talking to your dude or give him a silent treatment all day, and then when he don't talk to you, then you try to be like you doing something wrong, or you, like I said, you cheating, you laying up, when it's like, I'm doing the same thing that you did. Like, no.
I agree with you, but it's a lot of people that feel like we live in a world of double standards.
Yeah, we make it like that. We fuck ourselves over every day.
And that's where the ball gets dropped.
Yeah, we fuck ourselves over. You see, animals be chilling till humans get involved. The grass gonna grow just how I want to till humans get involved. The sun go rise and set till humans get involved. Like, we screw ourselves up every day. I think we the top of the food chain, but at the same time, like, sometimes our thinking gets in the way, and it's just like let it be. Like, man, you know better. That's why I say overthinking, understanding. We know better. We know that you want somebody to treat you, and you want this love relationship, and you want to be loved. But you be truthful about why you're doing it. I feel like some guys know I'm like this because the way you make me feel, I'm scared, and it's a defense mechanism. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I done had to get to a point like that. Like, it's a defense mechanism. Or I really feel this way. Or shit, I feel, and it's self-reflection. Like, everybody ain't gonna do it, but it's, like I said, you just gotta get mature. You gotta get mature. It's a hard thing.
A perfect example is Drake.
Yeah.
Drake, don't get me wrong, Drake make great music. He can rhyme and all of that. He harmonize, but Drake get busy. But what made Drake so popular is that he spoke to how he really felt.
Yep.
And although motherfuckers used to be out here saying that he was simping, it's people that can relate to that.
Exactly.
It's people that can appreciate him saying words that you yourself may want to say, but for some reason not gonna say it.
Why do I want an independent woman to feel like she need me? That'd be my favorite. That's one of my favorite Drake lines. Like, shit, why I want an independent woman to feel like she need me. And like, truthfully, he could say some of the same stuff that Future say. He could act the same way, but it's just like he not making it like he acting any different. Don't get me wrong, I love J. Cole. J. Cole, Rockstar, like, one of my favorite rappers. J. Cole had his little scandal, and it was like, if people was surprised, because it was like J. Cole wasn't supposed to act like that. Drake popped out with a...
What scandal?
Didn't he cheat on this? Didn't he get a baby? Like, what? Didn't he have like a, didn't he cheat on his girl? I want to say he cheated on his girl.
He put it in his song that he had been cheating on a girl. For the longest, we didn't even know he had a girl.
Yeah, but like, I'm just...
We didn't know he had a wife.
Yeah.
That had already, well, I didn't feel like it was a scandal behind it, but maybe I was off the loop.
But all I'm saying that to say this, like, it's not, the way you present yourself or what you put out there is not saying that you... like I say, Future is popular too because he upfront about how he feel and what he do. You know what I'm saying? How is he not? He done had like 10, 20, he done had like 5, 6, 20 million women. And Future gonna tell you how he feel up and down. I ain't saying that it's all the way true, but he honest.
Should come off as, I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like his songs come off like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, he might be like, I give a fuck about you.
Tell Steve Harvey I don't want it, that's a lie.
Her name Lauren Harvey, boy. He said tell Steve Harvey.
He said tell Steve Harvey I don't want it.
He was saying that with the...
He was saying tell her daddy I don't want it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, you look good. Yeah.
Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? And you was gonna talk.
Your mama called me showing her outfit. She was trying to say she wanna go shit. She was showing me her outfit. Just showing me a little outfit. I feel you. Not even just to get all on point. My whole thing is be true to yourself. Future come off like he don't care, just like, and a lot of dudes like okay, I'm gonna put it like this. I say Drake and Mo3. Mo3 got a snippet on his page that got over like 2 million views, and he say my nonchalant feelings be so stupid, and I be acting like I don't care. I can go off and, mess off, and I know that you ain't going nowhere. Like, it's still that honesty in it. Like, you still can admit that you're wrong. I feel like that's genuine to yourself. Like you said, like, you could still feel that way. You could still bring it to the light. Like, I know I'm tripping. It's different when you try to hide it and try to act like you something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different when you try to portray a whole different image and it's two-sided. Like, look, I know I be tripping, but this really am how I am. I feel like that's the difference. I feel like it's the same thing that made Drake popular. His mama, his baby mama was a porn star or something. Nobody tripped. Nobody cared. They came out like, oh, Drake should have said that he had a baby, but it was like, it was more on the fact that, like, it wasn't none of y'all business. I don't think he was trying to hide it. That's all I'm saying. Like, he was... It ain't even... Yeah, it ain't too far. Just... At the end of the day, they still songs. They probably didn't even write all that music. At the end of the day, I always saying, to your Drake point was true. You could be true with your feelings. You ain't got to be hiding it. It's okay to be true with your feelings and how you feel. Like, it's cool.
You gotta be true.
You gotta be true with it.
With yourself.
That's self-awareness right now.
You gotta be, because it's somebody for everybody, and it's somebody that like the same shit you like. That's why it's a club for every fucking thing.
Everything. And Facebook page for everything. I had seen. I was watching the 85 South show, and Tokyo Vanity was like, "You think it might have been Carlos, but one of them was like, they got these pages, specific pages for, like, I think it was Carlos. He said, they got pages for somebody to be like, I need somebody who gonna pee on my feet. They got pages for somebody who messing with like kids and stuff. And Tokyo is trying to make the point of not forcing somebody that doesn't want that to be put in that situation. Like, if your girl don't want you out here cheating, it's 6 billion women out there that don't mind you cheating. Like, they want to be poly like you want to be poly. But don't force somebody who not trying to be poly to be poly. And I felt like that's exactly what you're saying. Like, that's a true statement. Like, it's somebody out there. You don't have to, if you're trying to mold to be this type of person for this person and you're not happy with that, it's somebody out there that's going to be like exactly like what you are. People make the joke. Most people on my 600-pound life is not single. They is not single. Like, I haven't seen too many single people. And people make that joke. That show like 11, 20 seasons in, and I have yet to see somebody single. They be having somebody. So it's just like that. Like, you can find something. Yeah, but don't be out here trying to, like I say, don't out here be trying to make a woman. You want a good woman to act the way that you want to act, but you don't want to be a good man. And it's vice versa. I'm not saying that men and women. I'm talking about women and women. Like, I deal with situations similar all the time. Like, you got to be able to bring your best self to a relationship and be understanding that, all right, this is my best version of what I have. Get that out the camera. They ain't sponsoring us. Scoot that over. Yeah. But you stupid. You so stupid. You so goofy. You dumb, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you silly. He said, but no, it's just like that. Be genuine. I say be genuine. Be true to yourself. Don't try to be acting like you something that you're not. Because then you go attract somebody just as confused as your ass.
It's something that we gotta start. It's something that we gotta start promoting more of.
That's what this podcast about.
It just makes me think of that whole situation with Jada and Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
And obviously I seen her. Like, I was talking to my partner the other day, and I was like, man, it's somebody for everybody, because I'm pretty sure Will and Jada been, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
yeah.
But that works for them.
Exactly.
And that's going to keep their relationship spiced up and around like that. And I said, obviously I seen him just, he fucked up a good situation for herself.
Talking too much.
And she just had to go and look baby him and let him know, oh no, boo boo.
Yeah, this my man.
You not breaking this up.
Yeah.
So we were having fun, but you know what I'm saying? Now you just ruined that for yourself. But me and this one, we ain't going nowhere. We gotta understand it.
Exactly.
We openly honest with each other about what we like, and we both agree that we like it.
But and that's what confused me about people. Even people would spectate, they'll go listen to 10,000 blogs talking about what them people that went on there and opened up about. And even Will done said, like, I wasn't crying that night. Like, I was up. We was up. We filmed that episode like this 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's just a simple fact of we don't know what Will done did. We don't know what Will done did and not did. And just like he said, I told Jada, like, I can't make you happy. And that's what people get caught up on. That's what dudes, even when you hearing songs sometimes, like, I'm looking for somebody to make my life meaningful, or I'm looking for somebody for I can love or make it make sense. Like, you got to make your life make sense. Like, dudes would be so hard on the female for them fucking up or messing up, or they do something not perfect because y'all looking to exist for this woman and you got to exist for yourself. Like, that's an unrealistic expectation that you put on some people. And I done had to carry that burden. Like, I done had a chick tell me, like, I expect you love me more than I love myself. So when you wasn't loving me, like, it made her act a certain way. And I was, it, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting the action, but the honesty made it feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, at the end of the day, you don't know their situation. Like, they say, I'm a ride. They say, at the end, what they say, bad marriage for life. But that's their situation. That don't mean they like it. That just mean, like, stuff happens. And your marriage and your relationship can be, it's not cookie cutter. If we say, yeah, that you can go out and do this and that, then you can go out to do this and that. That don't mean that somebody else got to be okay with it. That's our relationship. Your mama ain't got to like it. Your daddy ain't got to like it. I tell every female that I with, you could be fussing, cussing, doing all this and that. It's about you not, like you said earlier, it's about you not going out there and disrespecting me in public. You can dress how you want to. You could dance with whoever you want to in the club. It's a respect thing. Like, you ain't up there trying to do this and that and cheat. Like, I don't care about you attracted me because of this. I don't want you to stop being the person that you was when I got you. Long as it ain't on no disrespectful tip. Like, you get attracted to a woman for being herself, and then when you get with her, like, you try to change her. And sometimes, man, females do the same thing to men. Like, you can't change this man because the way that he dressed and how he smelt is what attracted you. So every time he put some clothes on, don't be out there talking about, oh, you going out there to see other bitches. No, like, this was me. I wasn't out there setting no trap for you to come. Like, you just like the swagger that I put out, and I'm gonna continue to be the same person. How I dressed and how I go out there ain't got nothing to do with my ability to be faithful or not. Because how I know if you faithful, stuff don't arise. Like, stuff happen. You could check it, but you ain't got to be up there. Like, every time that man get dressed, oh, don't wear that. You can't put them on. Like, no. Hell no. Like, let that man be what it was when you attracted. Same thing with that woman. Let her be who it was. Because that's what, then when a female or a man start being themselves and you start losing interest and zest in them because you taking away what made them. They not them no more. Then you get less attracted, and then dumb stuff happen. Shit, you have understanding with your relationship with your partner. Nobody else, it matters. It don't matter, nobody else.
These are our facts.
Yeah.
These are our facts. I completely agree with you. It's just, and not to try to get soft on you, but it's so dope to be able to, like, for us to be able to have these conversations now that we adults, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause we had these ideas of each other growing up as kids, and so now that we are out living on our own and doing our own thing, I just love how I can have these type of conversations with you and JD.
Yeah.
And it's like, it trips me out, because, you know what I'm saying? I remember when y'all was, I sound like I'm somebody's parent or something, but like,
yeah.
I remember when we was little.
Yeah.
I remember when JD was the annoying little brother, which is still is the annoying.
Me and JD were close growing up. Me and JD was real close growing up. It changed when we got older, but we was close growing up. Yeah.
But, like, we at an age, like we, I feel like now I talk more about life, situations, which are, and it's just dope to hear y'all perspective.
Yeah.
And I wish people were more open, because it's okay to not agree.
Yeah, facts.
But it's also crazy because we grew up in the same household, but yeah, we handle situations so different.
Yeah.
We process things differently. So it's always cool to just hear, like, y'all view on certain things.
So we hit the last point. Men do not want to be judged by what they provide, by what they can provide, but that's what they lead with. And so my perspective on that, Chris Rock had made a thing that women, dogs, and children are loved unconditionally, but men are loved by the conditions in which they can provide. And you got dudes in the comments going nuts. And I was like, I know plenty of ain't shit dudes that women is taking care of. Like, I was like, where is this coming from? Like, that, like, we need to go, that's a different episode, but we definitely need to go to, we need to talk more as the African American community, and we need to go to more counseling. But that statement, just to watch the dudes in the thing go, he right, see people repost it, but that's what you lead with. If the first thing you talk about when your girl is yelling at you is, I bring the money home and I do this and that, and it's coming from, like I said, I'm a female that's been with females my adult life, and I have always been a provider. But it's a difference, and even me, you done had to talk. It's a difference than me saying I'm gonna provide. Me providing, making sure you got a roof over your head, the bills paid, life paid. I still want you to go out there. I'm telling you, you don't have to work a 9 to 5, but I still want you to go out there and have ambition to do something else. I still want you to be able to do something else. That don't mean you gotta work a 9 to 5, but at the same time, I'm not gonna throw up every time we get into it that I'm paying for the bills like that. Like, that's what it is. Like, that's just me. I'm a provider gonna provide. So, like, what's the outlook on that? What's the outlook on that?
Let's say you meet somebody who is also a provider. I'm curious to see how you handle that. Let's say you come across somebody who also feels like they are a natural provider, and they make more money than you.
That's an empire, baby. That's how empires get built.
And they tell you, you don't have to work no more.
That's an empire. Guess what I'm gonna do? That's an empire. That's what I'm gonna do.
What you gonna do?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna do me some businesses. If they tell me I could provide for us to have a roof over my head, and you ain't gotta work a 9 to 5. First of all, the Army if I retire, I got 13 years left in the Army. I better have benefits, so many benefits just for doing that 20 years. So it'll have to be some real consistent on some provider. Like, I can provide us to have a steady life from now until however long we be together when we get old. That's on some stuff that'll be like, I feel like that's how empires get built. After a certain while, who cares who make more money? It's an understanding. Like, I'm not just I make more money, so I'm able to provide for us to have a roof over our head and do like this, and our job provide that. It wouldn't bother me to get with somebody that made more money.
It wouldn't, not make more money. It wouldn't bother you to give somebody who made more money and they wanted to be the provider of the household.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna say from my experience, like, I wouldn't, cause this is how I look at it. This is how I logically look at it. You were dating somebody and y'all dating. By the time y'all get established, how I prefer for it to go, by the time it gets established where y'all moving in, and that's even been talked about and discussed, it's an understanding there. Like, if they want to be the provider, it's an understanding there. Even because them being the provider, they can tell me I don't have to work. That doesn't mean that I have to quit my job. That means, like, you don't have to put in on these bills and do other stuff like this. In my mind, just like how I want my significant others to be, just like, if you pay for all these bills, when we go on trips, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm taking care of them trips. That's leisure. That's pleasure. You ain't got to, every time you look around, you need some underwear or whatever, panties, boxes, whatever you are, end up with a dude. Hey, let me take your car and go get it detailed. My money is go to steal something that's together in the unity of the relationship. I'm just not having to provide on the bills or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's where people get confused that I have dated. They get so caught up in, like, it's after a while it don't become appreciative. Like, just like I do now. I go out with Tiana, that's your girl. She not gonna touch no bill when I'm with her. But at the same time, I ain't gonna say I don't think she touched no bill with you, but it ain't nothing. It's not nothing on Victoria always want to pay for it. But Tiana, in the same breath, Tiana, my sister, if I need something, I can ask them for it. There'll be no problem. Or they'll buy me gifts. Like, it's just appreciation. Like, you're not taking note of the fact that I'm paying for stuff. It's an appreciation thing. Like, when I do stuff for people, even when I get money to do something like that, it's like you do it on your own when I'm not here anyway. I'm just saying, since you're here, you're gonna enjoy these benefits. And let me pay for the meal. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think sometimes people get caught up in it and they get spoiled. Like, you know, like I say, in my last relationship, you see me doing for everybody else, and you on the inside looking out, like you don't need to be doing them, you don't need to be doing for them. But then in the same breath, you will spend your money because you know that I'll have it, or you'll come here and you won't buy stuff from the house like you're supposed to. Cause it's never like if I say I'm gonna pay for all these bills in the house, somebody say, all right, well, I'm gonna buy the tissue and the soap and the stuff like that. Okay, so when the tissue and the soap get low, it's like, what you doing? Cause the lights ain't never been cut off. The like you ain't never had an eviction notice on the door. Like I'm keeping up my deal. Like you ain't had to put gas in your car since I met you. It's stuff like that. Like it's other stuff that you can do. Don't just sit there. You're not a child. A child gets provided for, and they don't really have a lot to get back. And you know when they be teenagers and stuff, maybe they get chores. They get to the age where they get chores and stuff. But I'm just talking about like a baby from like a 4 to infant. You are providing for that child. You are that child provider. It is nothing they can do without you. It should not be like that thought process with a grown-ass person. I'm not providing you for you to do nothing. You just up here doing whatever you want. Like, that's not contributing to a relationship equally. But what's your thought process on it? Like, what, like...
I can't say I entirely agree with you. I do agree with you on some points, but I'm just piggybacking off the last thing you just said, where in a relationship, somebody steps in and they say they want to provide for the household. Some people want to provide and they don't want their other half to do anything.
That's true.
I got everything covered, and hey, if it works for y'all, it works for y'all. Me personally, I feel like when you completely depend on somebody for everything, you are putting yourself, you are handicapping yourself.
Yeah.
And now you are creating a situation where you do not you don't know how to survive on your own.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The reason why I had asked you how would you react if somebody had more money than you and said they wanted to provide is because you do have this I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but where you feel like I am the provider, I'm going to provide. And a lot of men feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how they communicate that. Like, I am the provider, I am the provider. But then what happens is sometimes as a man or as a provider, whichever one, you fall short.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can be talked about or ridiculed for not meeting the expectation or holding the word that you gave somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that only happens because you led with that. I'm providing. I'm the provider. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we still are learning. I'm still learning how to manage money and things like that. But when you leave with my chest out, I got this. We're gonna be straight. Now you got somebody who's held on to that word. So so now if you not providing, then I'm looking upside your head. Yeah. Versus if you didn't come out the gate with that, then that leaves room for us to kind of figure out what works best for us. Yeah. I feel like I just like to be in a position where I can take care of those that I love. I don't necessarily feel that I walk around as the provider. Now, have I struggled with that in the past? Yes. Yeah. I've always, and that's because I've let society tell me that a man is supposed to provide. And if we dive deep into this conversation, there's so many people who are swayed both left and right. Yeah. Do I feel as a man I need to handle business? Yes. Yeah. Do I feel that as a man my woman should feel protected around me? Yes. Yeah. And do I feel as a man who is a responsible adult that I should be able to handle paying bills and things of that nature? Definitely. Like, that's a part of adulting. But do I go around and I used to feel like I gotta take care of everything, and that's not necessarily the case. Yeah. Kind of just piggybacking on what you said earlier. If I was to come across if Tiana hit the lotto today, booming businesses got to booming, and she was just like, look, I got more than enough to cover the household. Then I'm not going. My pride is not gonna tell me like, nah, I gotta pay this bill. Like,
Exactly.
nah, I gotta pay the rent. You keep that, you do that. Nah. Okay, so how else can I contribute? If you clearly got it to where you can hold this down, then now that creates the freedom for me to figure out what it is that I really, you know what I mean? That gives me more room to do what I want to do and work on other ways to contribute to the house. Contribute to our relationship. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Our relationship.
Yeah.
But that's just how society has made us feel like as men that we have to be the provider, and that's because back in the day, that's what it was for men and women. But you also got to take into effect that back in the day, women didn't have the right to do shit.
Yeah.
Women were supposed to give birth to the kids, take care of the man needs, and take care of the household.
Exactly.
That don't apply. That don't apply in today's time.
So look, this my question, because you made a lot of good points and you saying the same thing, and you done already, the way that I look at providing, you done already answered. So I'm gonna ask you, what's the difference between a tent, a car, a tent, a house, and I'm gonna say a shed? Like what's the difference? Like what's the similarity in all of those? You got a tent, you got a house, you got a shed. What's the similarity in all of those?
They all are enclosures that you can be within.
Exactly. So yeah, you said it, you kind of broke it down deeper. Let's just do layman terms. They all provide shelter. I think sometimes when guys get caught up in being a provider, you think that you have to provide everything. So let's take it like this, like back in the day, like how we say, the guy went to work, but you can see. Oh no, go ahead.
Before you die, do you yourself feel like you have to provide everything?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not. I don't feel like. I feel like when I say provider, or even when some guys that say provider, they could go out there and work and they could provide money. And a significant other can be smarter with what the money gets managed with. Even, I was going to say, like on some old time movies, the guys went out there and worked and they'll come home and give the money to the missus. And the missus was paying the bills and doing all of this. So I think sometimes guys get caught up in being a provider. You're trying to take care of everything when it's like, if you're going to provide money. You can get with somebody who manage the money better or do different things with money. I know situations where the female does make way more money than a guy, but she gives her money to the dude, make him feel better. They split it off and break it off, and he pay the bills and he do all of this. It's like what I think what you said. You were saying that the what can I say? Like what you were saying in your statements was so true. It's about what you are trying to provide. Like when I feel like when Chris Rock made that statement about they can only be of what they could provide, I felt like it wasn't necessarily true, because I felt like maybe you led with that. If you're just trying to be provided and you're trying to provide money and you're trying to provide, like you said, you're trying to be your girl to feel safe when she's around you. All of that is different levels. And if you want that back, then it's just like the affection, it has to be shown, it has to be said something about. Because it's like you trying to, like, it's a difference in providing money and providing love for somebody. Because dudes will be like, I gave you all this money, and they'll be like, damn, his girl, this famous person, girl still went and cheated on him, and they was providing all this money for her. But was he providing love? Was he providing comfort? Was he providing a safe environment? I feel like sometimes dudes get caught up with providing and they look at it as just money. And that's only one way. Because I could buy you a house, don't put no furniture in it, don't put no toilet in it, no bathroom in it, no electricity. And I done bought you a house and I done provided shelter. But I feel like sometimes guys get so caught up in being the provider of the money, and it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. But what's your thoughts?
But that's because for a lot of men, it's not even. Yeah, pride is in it at times, but it's also because a lot of men are being raised to feel like that's what they have to do. And even if you look at it now, it's women now, like influencers. I was gonna do the air quote, but I don't want to, be disrespectful to what people do to bring in their money. But
Yeah.
you got influencers, women out here bringing in millions of dollars, and they still want a man who's gonna pay for everything.
Yeah.
And the look upside a man crazy if he not taking care of everything. So part of that is pride, but another part of that is that a lot of men are being made to feel that they have to provide everything. Like you had a big conversation of some women feel like if we going half on rent, then we roommates.
Facts. I done seen that.
You know what I'm saying?
I done had a chick tell me because she had to pay the tip. Like, I was cheap. Like, what the? We just spent $130. Like, you can't tip them a $20? You can't tip them $25? Like, I just spent $130. Like, that's balance, sweetheart. Like, I provided a meal. You are providing the tip. Like.
Yeah, so I just think that comes. I think a lot of men are being raised to feel like that. You need to go out, get you a good job so you can take care of your family. And I feel like those structures need to be broken down within the house, within the home, and within the earlier communications of a relationship.
Facts.
To have an understanding of what type of household you would like. Because,
expectations.
I grew up thinking that a man was supposed to provide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything, no matter what you got to do. No matter what you got to do, get the job done. And to be honest, I don't agree that a man is supposed to provide for everything.
Yeah.
I feel like you and your other half are supposed to have a system that works for y'all. However that go. If it makes sense for me and you to just go half and half on everything and it works for us, then that's what we're doing. If it makes sense for me to take a high percentage on this, but you filling in the gaps on this, you helping hold down like this whole. I still make this joke today with women. I be like, I know how to clean, I know how to cook, and I know how to wash my clothes in separate loads. I make that joke all the time, but the reason why I make that joke is because it's been made to come off as if these are things that only women are gonna do within a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'd be damned if I wait on my lady to wash my clothes.
Yeah.
I'd be damned if I wait on my lady to provide me with a meal. Now, if I can't cook, like if I'm not good at cooking, then that's one thing. But shit, it comes down to effort.
Yeah.
Getting there and read them goddamn ingredients. Play with them seasonings, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can read, I feel like, and no disrespect, Chef, because I know your cooking is on a different level. But I tell people all the time, if you can read and have patience, you can cook. Now, how deep you dive into it with your skills, that's something different. But I'm just talking about.
No, the best chefs know how to read a recipe. That's the best cooks know how to read a recipe. The best cooks know how to read a recipe.
As far as taking care of yourself, though, I feel like a man should be able to do all of those. Yeah. Like, ain't no way a man should feel like he could just come in and
throw his clothes on the floor.
Yeah, be hella junky and shit, because, that's not what men do. Men don't be cleaning up. Yes, the fuck they do.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just, I don't like saying society, but that's what it is. It's these stereotypes and these double standards and these old ways of thinking that continue to carry on through generations. Yeah. Even though we having all of this social change and all of these new rights and new laws that go into effect, there's still a rooted
belief,
rooted ideas.
Yeah.
That have rolled over from previous generations, and they just don't apply. We live in a different time.
Yeah. And what you said, and I have always, when I came up with Overthinking Understanding podcast, that was one of my biggest things. I feel like just the bullshit gets pushed more than, like, it's I think it's gonna be plenty of people that agree exactly what we're saying, but that narrative just get pushed, and it's easier to agree with it because I'm gonna take it back to, like they say, caveman days. The women was cooking If they came back and they skinned it, even it goes back to the guy go out there and bring the meat home, but who gonna cook it? It's always been a balance. Somewhere in our mind, we lost the balance. Even Pawpaw now, like, oh, you can sit down and talk with Granny. Oh, this person didn't even know how to read. You know, like my mom knew how me. They took care of all of this. Like it was always an illusion, and I feel like society pushed it. Sometimes guys pushed it where they showed themselves as doing all this, but it ain't never been a dude was doing that by himself. It has. I just don't believe. It just ain't never been that. If you had a significant other, I'm bringing home the bacon. She putting it in the skillet. If I'm doing this, she clean. If I'm building the house, she gonna clean the house. I just feel like we went and took and made it. We went and took and made it dirty. It's okay if you got somebody that believe that a guy supposed to provide everything. It goes back to sin. It's a woman out there that's gonna do it. It's a guy out there that's gonna take care of you. But it's not just shouldn't be pushed that, oh, all guys are like this and all women, because it's not true. It's not always been a balance. I don't think it's no point in history or we'll find that it hasn't been a balance.
As adults, all adults, we should all be self-sufficient motherfuckers. Self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Your other half is somebody who's supposed to compliment you and balance you out. Mm-hmm. I should not feel like I depend on my other half to be sufficient.
Yeah.
And like to survive in life.
Yeah.
Because at any moment I can lose my other half, and then what the fuck do I do?
Exactly. It's a balance.
So that's why I think this is why a lot of this stuff that's perpetuated we gotta break away from.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break because it's instilled in us. But like I say, racism. That's the same thing with racism. Racism is taught to you.
Yeah.
Because if we little bitty kids at 3-4 years old,
you don't come out hating nobody.
I'm black. You're just another kid to me.
Exactly.
But you're another kid to
exactly.
me. I'm taught in my household that you are not cool, or that you're not cool, or that I shouldn't like you and stuff like that. That is taught, and I think this whole macho provider shit that has been taught.
Yep. And it's making dudes go crazy because it's not real.
My bills. I better pay my bills to take care of myself, because that's what adulting is. I'm supposed to be able to take care of myself on my own as an adult. And so that's why I don't even understand the whole provider shit, because that's why sometimes it's easy for me to be like, shit, I can continue to pay the bills even though you are here with me, because I'm going to have to pay them same bills regardless. And
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Thing. But like, if there's going to be more money into the house, then let's be smarter with it, because I've always felt like, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, much respect to you, because in certain situations, that's a valuable role.
That's hard.
To have in the household.
It's hard.
That's not easy, but I always feel like that we need to make sure that we're living and doing what it is that we want to do. Fulfilling whatever purpose that we feel that we have, because I don't want to tell my lady that you ain't got to work, right? You ain't got to do shit. You can just, you know what I'm saying, just keep the house tidied up, blase, and I got everything else. And then here come 20 years later, you lost in this motherfucking world because you never sought out to do anything for yourself. You depended on me to do everything, and your life was about me and the kids. Like, no, you still are your own individual at the end of the day. So you need to be happy within yourself and be doing what it is that makes you happy. And if I was already paying bills, as you should have already been paying bills for yourself when you were living alone. When we come together, we ain't doing nothing but multiplying. Let's put together a system that make fucking sense. So we can be better off. That's why dudes. I'm saying dudes because I'm speaking from a dude, but that's why dudes be having roommates. It ain't that I want to live with another dude. It's just that living with another dude takes a little bit of slack off me when it comes to the payment of all these different bills. So it's the same thing if you have another half. As long as y'all got a system that works, y'all should be able to clean up y'all credit, clean up y'all debt, and be thriving, be able to take trips and vacations and
build the empire,
dates and stuff like that, because now y'all are joining two incomes and y'all are only having those, excuse me, y'all still got those same set of bills. You still got to pay rent. You still got to pay your car notes and stuff like that. So, like, I say all that to just say we really got to break away from that shit.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that there is no set way that we need to act with each other. There's no set way to love somebody or who we can love.
Yeah.
Any of that. We have to do what works for us. And
exactly.
There's somebody out there who agrees with you and who would like that same system that you have.
Exactly. I think, and like I say, I done said it a couple times to this episode. People try to make people fit because they want them, but that's just like a puzzle. You can't, no matter how much you try to make that piece fit, because you want that piece to go out there, sometimes it just don't fit. Like I used to tell myself, like, how is it that women with me, they could see me work 3-4 jobs and they could just be lazy? You know, and then you could take some women who watch their dudes do stuff and they get motivated. That has nothing to do with what you're doing wrong. It's just the type of person that it is. It's just the type of person. Like, I can give this one chick $500 and she can come back with me with $1,000 and she be like, I flipped it. I started me a business, or I did this and I did that. I can give another chick $500 and she can come back empty-handed asking for another $500. You good? I lost you here.
I got a call coming through from I got a call coming through from Kimpo. I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, you just all right, yeah.
Just give it a second. Okay.
All right, we back. But yeah, what you saying is true. I would say it's not no set idea, and we gotta be real honest about what we want. Cause I don't never think that it wasn't a balance. And just like I say, if I say that you don't have to work a 9-to-5 that's not gonna benefit us. Like, don't get me wrong. They say all money is not good money. You working a 9-to-5, you doing a job that you don't want. I don't want nobody that don't have no ambition. You can go get you a 9-to-5 that make good money because you want to work. That's fine. Or you can go out there, you can start your business. You can go out there and go to school and learn a trade. I just feel like when I tell because I have had conversations plenty of time, like, I'm not going to force you to work. As long as you with me, you're going to be able to have a roof over your head and I'm going to put money in your pocket. At the same time, I tell every female that I've been with, your money, I don't want you to have to wait on what I give you. So if you want to be able to have your own money to take trips whenever you want to, then go ahead and work or do your little different business. But don't think I'm going to fund every trip for you to go on vacation. That's when it comes to break down that it's a difference. Like, I can have you somewhere stay, I pay these bills, I put some money in your pocket, but it's going to be a set limit if it's just coming out of one household, no matter how many jobs that I have. So you should want to go out there and make you some extra money or do something you could go on trips whenever the hell you want to. You can go do what you want to. You want a freaking $700 wig, you can go buy you a $700 wig. But that's where the breakdown comes me, where I say it's a balance. I can't provide you the $700 wig and provide you not having no bills, not having to worry about this and that, what you got to eat or none of that. It can't be both. Because, like, what am I providing? You want me to provide stability in your life, or you want me to be able to buy you whatever? I can't do both. And I have never been unrealistic with other people. I can't do both. Like, at a certain point, like, you're going to have to do something.
Very different, because
you
say you'll pay everything and keep money in your pocket. I don't want to do
that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I want to know that if shit get real, that you can hold shit down too. So
that's facts.
Because if you know what I mean, that's just that puts yourself in a position where it's a lot of pressure. And of course, some people can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people can handle it. You prepare for those things like that. But one thing that one of the biggest turn-ons when I first my first date with Tiana was I was joking with her about taking me out to the movies. And she was like, "Yeah, we'll go to the movies or whatever." But in my head, I was just saying, I want to go out on a date. But I'm joking, saying, "Will you take me out to a movie?" And so we were getting ready to you say uh, 2 tickets for our first day. I think we went and saw Inception.
Yeah.
2 tickets for Inception. They tell us the price. I go to reach for my wallet, and she was like, "Nuh-uh. Ain't I taking you out on a date?"
Yeah.
And that was a big ass turn on, because in my head I'm thinking a man's supposed to pay for the date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A man supposed to pay for the date, and there is no fucking set rule that says a man has to pay for the date.
Yeah.
It's whatever works for y'all. But Tiana let me know right then and there, like, just like you out here working and got a job, I'm out here working and got a job, and I want to pay for this movie. I got it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on something. I didn't have to tell her, like, I appreciate what you're doing, but I got it. I was like, oh damn, okay. Let me get a large.
So this is my thing, because I think you got a rigid look on what it is when I say, like, you don't have to work. So check it out. I know plenty of females or guys that got a job and they working to maintain. They're not necessarily thriving. They're not having enough money to put nothing in the savings. They're not having enough money to put nothing up. They working to afford the car they have. They working to afford the stuff that they live in. In my mind, I could still, when I think about my ideal partner, I want you to be able to learn my game. Just like kids, you learn your game from your parents, and the day that I leave, you able to implement it. But that don't mean that, just like Floyd Mayweather, he said when his kids get grown, he buy them all a house, and he buy them all a car, no to nothing. And then he tells them to go out. Now you have to provide now you have to go out there and continue this for yourself. But he gave them the game. They might do it different, but you can instill in somebody to learn how to manage money and and teach them what to do with money and have a work ethic without necessarily having a job. And that's what I be on. Like, you got celebrities who you never, like, I love following Yellow Beezy baby mama. Like, she has and I hate to say that she her own person outside of that, but you know, she been a millionaire since like 2014-15. She started off buying her with her with her income tax money. But even just her opening up and talking, if you look at, she doesn't have a job. She is a job. She's a person, and she was able to have that hustle, and you ain't got to work. She worked until she didn't have to work no more and make a business. So I feel like sometimes when you look at it, like, I know a chick can go to work and still ain't have no work ethic. She working for that paycheck and she don't do nothing with it. She don't do nothing with it. Like, when I be like, you ain't got her job, I can still give you money. We can learn and we can put our money together. Or like I said, you can go invest and it can be flipped. We can do other things with it, and you'll still be able to take care of yourself if I'm gone. And that's what attracts me about a female, and that's what turned me off about a female. That if I give you, like I used to tell my chick, she worked, and even I was working, and she was getting, during the pandemic, people was getting like $700 checks. I was thinking she was giving $700 a month. She like, I get $700 every week. Every week you get $700. And I'm like, all right, look, I show her, I do my penny jar like this. I keep all my ones up. At the end of the month, I might have $200-$300. You could do the same thing. She wasn't getting it. She'll blow through her money. Okay, cool. Hey, I want to give you even more incentive. She didn't have a job, collect the pandemic. I'm like, in 6 months, I'll match what you have in your bank account. I come to her 6 months later, like, what you got in your bank account? I can match it. She had no money. She was ready to switch what she had in her check into her bank account. That's what I mean. When I say, like, providing and being able to show, I can be your inspiration and your light. I want somebody with that drive to do something better and be doing. But you don't have to go and work for now another motherfucker if I can provide for these bills. Just like Tiana, she an esthetician. She worked for her damn self. She worked for her clients, but in essence, she's still a business. She is a business. And you can go to work and work for somebody and do that, but she ain't got to have no permission to when she go work and when she go or when she not. But for even entrepreneurs, business people, they are the job. They the job. So that's all I be saying. Like, I'm not saying that just because a chick or a man working doesn't mean that they got work ethic. A dude could stand on the block and make $50 one day, make no money, he can be balling. And but you know, I'm not saying we know nothing about the drug game, but the big man, he ain't standing on the corner. He went somewhere and did something with it. He ain't no job. what is it? Warren Buffett? Who the investor guy? He ain't got no damn job. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what I be meaning about it. Like, I feel like it comes out in the person. It's just, like you say, it's childhood and depending on what a person is. But if I give you the opportunity to flourish, I'm just telling you, you ain't got to get up and go work for nobody if you don't want to. But I don't want you to be lazy, and that's what make a relationship break or make for me. Cause you telling me I want to bring kids into the world with you, and I want you to be able to pick up on it. Because if something do happen to me, I want to know that you and my kids are good. Our daddy is a provider. What if we never picked up on what he did? The day that he passed, it'll be what it just is what it is. I use my daddy as an inspiration all the time. My daddy has worked his whole life. He has provided his whole life. But when I talk to him about it, like, what else do you have outside of that? Just because you work don't mean you know how to manage money. That's because you work don't mean you put your money in the right place. You can work for money, but if you ain't making your money work for you, that's all I be saying when I say I want a female. Baby, I'm going to pay the fuck out these bills. The Army allows me a way to provide, regardless if you here or not. I want you to do something else where we can be set up to be good. That's how I see the balance in there. I can provide this shelter and these bills and do this, but I want you to be able to do something else. That's all I mean. Like, it's not rigid. It's just because a girl work or a guy work, what the fuck does that mean? You know, like, what that mean? You providing money into the relationship, but you die tomorrow and you've been used to somebody else helping. You know situations where a guy has been pulled out of, or a female has been pulled out of a situation. That other person just tanks. Cause they not understanding they not grasping the concept of what's really going on. They just like, oh, I gotta bring this to the table, and they bring this to the table, and these bills gonna be paid, and I'm gonna go fuck off the rest of this money. That's my thought process behind it.
I got you. That was a long-winded way to explain it.
Don't tell me how to talk on my podcast.
But we see eye to eye, because the only way I would pay for everything is if it was allowing you the opportunity to better yourself. But if it wasn't a situation where you were bettering yourself, then no. You already got the game. We and you knowing how to manage money and things like that. Then no, I'm not paying for everything. Even if I am paying the rent and paying this bill and that bill, I also know that in the back that you are contributing to the household. We should all be contributing to the household emotionally, spiritually, and financially.
Yep, some type of part financial. Equality. I'm with it. Yeah.
Some relationships can move without it, but I feel like financially a woman should be putting into y'all way of living within the relationship. So regardless of, like I said, whether that's cleaning up our debt, whether that's paying for different upgrades to our lives, or whatever the case may be, I feel like each individual should be put into the house. And
exactly.
The expectation should be set early on. So when you're sitting up and you having a conversation, do you want to have kids? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
How do you feel about marriage? Like, this type of shit need to be talked about.
Exactly. Not what the hell your cousin did, what your mama did, what you want.
Exactly. And I feel like you also need to ask questions, and then double back and ask people why they do things.
Yeah.
Because people telling you that's just how I was raised, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
That's not good enough, because at that point you can't tell me if you're doing it because you truly agree with that, or if that's just what you know. Yeah. And
you ain't no damn robot. That ain't no program setting.
Exactly. And so I just like the idea of I like the idea of being free. Have I struggled with it? Of course I have. But as we get older, like, I'm starting to, like, that's where my mind goes. As long as I wondered if monogamy was real. I sit and I have talks with Tiana about, like, marriage and things like that, like, and to try to see, okay, how you feel about marriage, how you feel about weddings and everything.
What do you think marriage is?
I'm going, exactly. It's going to ruffle some feathers, but I feel like I feel like a wedding ain't nothing but an expensive ass party.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah,
I'm feeding you. I'm hosting you to
yeah,
celebrate me.
yeah.
I think so, and I think so many people get caught up in the title of marriage instead of the union.
Exactly.
And that's always been my biggest thing. I don't give a fuck about being able to tell people that you are my wife or we are in a marriage because that don't mean shit if we don't have no real union.
Exactly. Facts.
So I just think just to kind of clean up everything that we done touched on. I feel like we need to work on communication.
Big.
Nobody can read your goddamn mind.
Nope.
So say how you feel,
Yeah.
but also the vice versa effect,
Mm-hmm.
as you touched on earlier. I like how you did that too. Be able to look at things from somebody else's point of view. So, like me myself, I like to move. I move off my passion sometimes, and I speak my mind. But sometimes I need to be more calculated and think before I speak.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need to tell myself, okay, remove your emotion.
Yeah.
And then what's left?
Exactly.
Of your argument, and go back from there. I also feel like, and men and women, we should be self-sufficient. And when we out here looking for companionship, that companionship should be with somebody who complements us or balances out our life.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. My little girl up in here sleeping. She moving around. She actually been good. I ain't heard no noise this whole time.
And we just gotta start breaking up these old traditions or old ways of thinking because that's what we were taught, and start question everything. Like when I have a child, I can't wait for my child to question everything. Like because it's gonna force me to realize like why am I doing it?
Yeah.
It's gonna give me those moments where I'm like, you know what? That is a good question. Why do I feel like that about this?
Yeah.
Why do I tell you need to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Shit, I guess he wrapping up the show, y'all. He ready. Go ahead, D. Hey, go ahead, wrapping. He wrapping up the show. Nah, he good. Yeah, nah.
We touched on a lot of good stuff, and at certain times, I think me and you were saying the same thing, but we've always had this issue at times. We say the same thing, but kind of like talk around each other.
Yeah.
Like it kind of. Sometimes our communication kind of
our perception of what each other's saying is our perception be off of what we saying because of the words, but we be saying the same shit.
Yeah, and we be so ready to speak our points, and I think we get that from Mama because when I talk to Mama, Mama be talking, and if Mama got a point she trying to get on, Mama would talk as if she don't hear me talking.
Yeah.
Until she gets everything
that
she want to say. And so I've learned that I have to start listening to understand and not listen to respond.
Yeah.
And it sounds so damn simple.
It get hard.
But that it's not.
It gets so hard. It's so hard.
Because you in the midst of you saying something, it triggers a thought. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I let you say everything that you want to say, I'm gonna forget what I wanted to say. But then again, that may be the good thing because maybe if I said not actually fully understood what you were saying, then it would cancel out that initial thought that I had.
That's true, and I think even what I learned with myself, because what you hit the nail on the head. I do the same thing. I just learned to write stuff down because I even learned with myself. A lot of people think I'm cutting them off, but my brain moves so fast. And it's already hard for me to articulate myself. If I let you finish, I will forget. But that just comes from like, okay, let me jot that down. And there's nothing wrong with writing down. It's just learning different ways to. So that's what I do now. My little page full. You see how this started out with my little page full. Like I just learned to write stuff down now so I can remember and go back to and not necessarily cut people off because it does get hard and I don't mean it in an offensive way. It's just my brain just works so freaking fast and it moves so freaking fast and I don't want to, necessarily lose my point. Just write it down. Hold it for later. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And I just want for the people who listen or watch this episode to not I'm thinking of the word judge, but I don't think that's the right word that I want to look for. But just understand that me and my sister are still we are still learning.
Yeah.
We're still growing. So we have these thoughts, but that don't mean that we have entirely lived out these thoughts.
Exactly.
Some of that stuff comes over time, but what me and you both can say is that we've been able to recognize it.
Yeah.
And being able to recognize those thoughts is the start of the change process.
Yeah.
Because now that I have the thought, now I can include the practice.
Yeah, that's self-regulation. I learned that in that class. I thought me being aware of the stuff that was wrong with me was self-awareness is just your ability to identify what you're doing. Self-regulation is holding yourself accountable, the ability to regulate your impulses and emotions. And I was like, boy, when I tell you that class was dope, like, I'm telling you, I feel like a new person, but it's already stuff you think we do, but it's not. And self-regulation and holding yourself accountable is a big thing that you learn. And that's exactly what you're saying. You could be aware of something and not change it. You got to be able to, what can I do to fix this? Like I say, if you cutting people off and you really don't want to lose your thing, learn to write stuff down. If you snapping on people and you learn how to control your impulses and not just get your stuff out, don't just, if you're an angry person, don't just be like, I'm going to go do boxing or something like that. Because what happens when you're not able to get to it? You got to be able to find your best way to actually sit there and control it within yourself. But like I say, my brother already hit the nail on the head. He wrapped it up. I'm not gonna re-wrap it up. At the end of the day, this is just our opinions, and we are learning. And some of this stuff is in practice, and at the end of the day, different people bring out different parts of you, and you don't necessarily get to show your best part of yourself all the time. So you could see this thing and be like, he ain't act like that, she ain't act like that, and somebody else could see this thing that we've been with and be like, they do act like that. I never thought I would have a podcast until I got older. Like, you ever thought I'd have a podcast? I'm sitting up here talking to people like, all cool, calm, and collected. Like, I thought I'd be in jail. Like, but this is good to get your thoughts out there, and it's cool. So, like my brother said, just open minded. And the people who listen to it, I feel like y'all already got an open mind. Like, people feel this way. People already feel this way. So we just stating it. Y'all not alone.
Let me see. Can I leave your viewers with a book suggestion?
Yeah, of course, man. Yes, of course.
Let's see. So I'm starting to really get into my books to the point where now, like when I graduated, people were
oh dang.
And people were buying me books for my graduation.
Oh, that's what's up.
Birthdays and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I got some dope people around me. But
for the ones who can't, the ones on YouTube are going to be able to see it. But remember, we broadcast on different other, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and around like that. So make sure you say the books too.
Okay. So I just want to lead with one. And I had got this book suggestion from Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
In an interview. And the book is called The Way of the Superior Man. And it says it's a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desires.
Oh, wow.
I think this is a great read for young men, older men, just men, period.
Yeah.
There is an alternate book for women. I cannot think of the name right now. If I had to pick one,
the misogyny
to leave viewers with, I think this is a good one. It's not necessarily telling you what to do. It's just giving you perspective on how to look at things differently. And I think it opens the door to being free with your thought, but also taking into consideration of self-regulation.
Oh yeah.
It also helps understanding why. It also helps break down why women do certain things that us as men don't understand, and it probably does the same for women who have a hard time understanding why men do certain things. But if I can say anything, I love those. I love the books that kind of help expand my way of thinking.
Yeah.
I love those self-help books that talk about the power of the mind and the power of the tongue. And so I wanted to give that book. I got plenty of other books.
We got plenty of time. You'll be back for many. You'll be back for many episodes, man. Don't even worry about that.
I said the damn name of the book, but didn't say the author. Let me see. Okay, so the book is called The Way of the Superior Man, and it's by David Deida.
Okay.
Deida.
Alrighty.
Let's see here. So yeah. Well, man.
So we good. We wrapping this episode up. Me and the Overthinking Understanding family appreciate you for being on. You have kicked off the special guest run. Okay, so I really appreciate that. I got some new merch coming. Actually supposed to pick it up tomorrow. So you have earned yourself a t-shirt. I tell everybody they come on here, you get a free t-shirt. So just send me.
I like the swag.
Yeah, just send me the shirt. So I appreciate you being on here. We signing off, you guys. Like I say,
before you get off, I want everybody to know that that I am very fortunate to be on this podcast with you, because it speaks to the fact that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You've never said, I want to do a podcast, but you had a thought one day that you wanted to do it. You gave it real thought and you put some action behind it. Went in and bought equipment. You've been working on structuring your shows. You got merch. I see you get excited about different cameras and different microphones. And I love to see it. I love to hear it. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I'm proud of the woman that you are becoming in front of me. I've been your big brother forever. Will always be your big brother. But I've seen your different stages of growth throughout your life. And it's just crazy because I remember when you were so small, and I'm looking at you now, and I'm proud of you. You're not perfect by no means.
Fuck you talking about? My daddy said I'm perfect. Fuck.
You hold yourself accountable, and you move how you want to move. And I will forever appreciate that. I just want you to know that I love you, and I'm so proud of you in this moment.
Oh, baby.
From your decision to be in the Army, from your decision to want to be your own boss. I want you to just know that to continue to push to do what it is that you want to do, because you can do whatever it is that you want to do in this life. And I want you to know that you always got the support of your big brother behind you.
I appreciate it. You know, I love you to the moon and back, baby. Yeah, but I'm signing off. Thank y'all for watching Overthinking Understanding podcast. Go out there and be good and be genuine to people. Until next time. That was dope, baby.
That was cool.